What's up, guys? My name is Logan Graff here with Crest Exteriors. Today we're going to talk about what to do and how to get prepared for an appointment with a customer, whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, whatever. There's a few things that you want to do in preparation for said appointment. Sometimes you may get a lead from the company, you may get a referral, you may get a friend that reaches out to you, or that we need to pick up the phone and contact to schedule that particular appointment. So the first thing that I would recommend whenever you're working that particular lead or that referral and you're going to schedule that appointment is give them a call. Pick up the phone, reach out to them, introduce yourself, speak clearly, use Mr. Jones instead of his first name, Bill, if you have his last name. It's just a matter of respect and courtesy. And make sure that when you tell them you're coming out, that we're going to be there for anywhere between 30 minutes to 90 minutes doing the inspection. We'd like to come and schedule the time that's convenient for you. So share with me what time is good for you. Capture that time. Give yourself a 15 to 30 minute window frame of time that you're going to show up. If they say, hey, why don't you come at 8 o'clock in the morning? Tell them no problem. Sometimes we're early, but we should be over there between 7:45 and 8:15, and then I'll wait for 8 o'clock to ring the doorbell and let you know that we're here. Capture that information, and then of course we're going to put that in AccuLynx immediately once we get that lead and we're setting that appointment. When you're going to the appointment, show up early. Show up, at the very worst, show up on time, but be a little bit early. It shows concern, it shows care, it shows punctuality, and it shows what we're about as a company. When you're on your way to the appointment, or if you're at a stopping point before you go to the appointment, or maybe it's the next day or a couple of days from now, take 20 or 30 minutes to do a little bit of research about the structure that you're going to look at. If it's a residential home, put it in Google and look at the Google image from the street location. Look at that online so that you can see how big the home is, what extra materials or tools you may need to inspect that home. If it's really steep, you may need a 2-story ladder. If it's really tall, like a 2-story roof, you're going to need a 2-story ladder. Make sure that you have all of that research done before you get there, so you don't look bad in front of the customer if you're unable to inspect it. If it's going to be a roof that's going to be very steep, bring the drone with you, or bring somebody that has a drone that can help you fly and do the inspections that way. So some of the tools and items that you're going to need that'll be a necessity when you're going to do an inspection. Of course, number one is a smile. And if you have good looks, that's great too. All of our people are good looking, so good job, Mom and Dad. The tools that you're going to need are going to be a couple of ink pens, a pad of paper, definitely something to be able to write on and take notes. Your smartphone with a fully charged battery so that you can take photos. I would also recommend getting a strap or some type of fastener on the case for your device so that when you're on the roof, if you lose touch with the device, it doesn't fall off and break. When you're up there, it's steep. We want you to be careful, but when you're taking photographs on the roof, sometimes you can drop your phone. Usually it'll slide all the way down and cause some damage to that. So get you a way to secure it to your body. Your pitch gauge, the shingle gauge, and the pitch gauge are two very important items. I use Pitch Factor as the app on my phone to measure pitch. You can also get a Hague pitch gauge so that you can measure the size of the shingle. Of course, you're going to need a telescoping ladder or a 2-story ladder. That's your decision. If you don't have a truck, you should get one. But if you don't have the ability to get one now, that's okay. Get yourself a telescoping ladder that can fit in the trunk. They're lightweight. They're pretty convenient. I recommend carrying either a couple sticks of chalk, or we have soapstone that you can use also for identifying marks on the roofs or on the gutters or the exterior. Also, a tape measure is always good, and a rolling measuring tool so you can measure distance. It's a rolling measure with a wheel on it so you can measure the fence. All of those items are not only necessary to do a proper inspection, but when you show up to the inspection prepared, your customer watching you, they may get a little more excited about doing business or potentially doing business with someone that's prepared and has all of the right tools, opposed to somebody that just shows up with a business card. I also recommend keeping some of our company literature in your possession, in your vehicle, with different types of shingle samples, different types of photographs or documentation on the different trades that we can do and different work that we perform. It's always good to have a little prop with you, something that you can put in the customer's hands when you're giving them information, opposed to just your business card. Keep business cards handy in your vehicle. I always keep a few in my wallet as well, in case you're in the house and they need one. You don't have to run back out to the car. Stay prepared and stay ready for those types of appointments. Keep all those items with you. You're going to need them and use them during your inspection. And most importantly, the follow-up after the end of your inspection. When you've captured all the photographs that you need for the roof, you've captured all the located damage, you've walked the property, you've taken some measurements of the fence, you've documented, if you can, a gutter diagram, you've documented all the different types of components and ventilation systems on the roof, you've documented all of your damage. You want to capture that information and get it put into AccuLynx. You can do it right there on site simply by uploading the photos that you've taken, or taking a picture of the notes that you've written and uploading that photo into AccuLynx so you capture that data and don't lose it. Every once in a while somebody will drop their phone or damage their phone, or the screen gets cracked, or you drop it in some water and you may lose that information. So I also recommend as a method to the inspection process is on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, back up your device so that if something does happen or it gets damaged, you don't lose all of your contacts and photos. While you're at the inspection, dress professionally. I'm not saying that you need to wear a button-up shirt and tuck in your shirt every single time. You really get one chance to make a first impression. So whatever you're comfortable with, definitely business casual or better. Jeans are okay. Khakis are okay. And a collared shirt with our logo on it, a cap if you wear a cap, some sunglasses if you're going to be out and about and it's bright outside, just to protect your eyes. Look professional, look presentable, and when you're done, make sure you make contact with the customer and let them know that you've completed the inspection, and then attempt to identify what their goals are. On the next video that you're going to watch, we're going to discuss the next steps of this process. Again, the goal of this particular video is to make sure everybody understands how they get prepared and how they perform an inspection with a new customer. Everybody in the whole world should work for Crest.